Documenting your life doesn't have to be hard and it doesn't have to be time consuming. This is my monthly journal. My name is Kelsey Lee. This is me. These are my hands, and I love to document my life 1 month at a time because I believe that every life, including yours, is worth documenting. So let's dive in to the first 6 months of 2026 in just 6 entries of my monthly journal. Okay, so I guess it's actually 7 if you want to count the cover page, and let's start there. This is my 2026 cover page. I started this monthly journal in 2023 in a Dingbat B5 dot grid notebook, and every year I create a cover page to launch into the new year. And for 2026, I decided to include a little vision statement for myself, my main goals, a word of the year, and of course, a letter to my future self, which I will be opening, it's hard to believe, in just a few months on January 1st, 2027. And if you like the design of these stickers for putting your word of the year on the page or including a photo of yourself, or even this very cool envelope for writing a letter to your future self, they are all part of a kit that is available on my Patreon page. So if you are interested in documenting your life in a beautiful way using stickers like these, do head over to patreon.com/myabidingjournal. I then go right into the monthly entries, and each monthly entry is essentially a 2-page spread dedicated to that month. All of my main memories and highlights, things that I loved, whether that be books or movies, places I went, people I spent time with, it is all documented on the page. And as you can see, I love to use a ton of photos in my monthly journaling. I believe that that is really what brings the memories to life. And it's an incredible way to get your photos off your phone. I don't care how you do it, but I am a big proponent that our photos do not belong solely on our phones, hidden away in an album. So do get your photos off your phone in some way. And I believe a monthly journal is a really incredible way to do exactly that. For this entry, I did a fun background effect using a stencil and gelatos, and then had some washi stickers from the washi tape shop and some of my own stickers from past kits to decorate the page. And then the centerpiece of this entry and all of my entries for 2026 is my bingo board. This is something that I'm doing with my patrons over on Patreon, in which we are using bingo as a way to encourage us to make more memories. One of the great things about monthly journaling is that it not only helps you document your memories that have already happened, but it really does inspire you to want to make more memories. It wants you to live a full and abundant life that you then can see spread out on the page as a testimony to all that you have to be grateful for. And when we have bingo boards like this, you would be quite surprised how just having a blank spot that says bake cookies makes you think, maybe I will go bake some cookies today. Or the spot saying try something new might get your wheels turning and inspire you to find what is that something new that you could try today. And before you know it, you will be checking off all of these different items on the bingo board, trying to get 5 in a row and living a fuller life. And the great thing about these bingo boards is they are evergreen, so you can print them out for future years as well. We then flip the page and are in February, and as you can see, we have another bingo board. This time I didn't do quite as well filling it out, but we still got 5 in a row. You can also see that I tend to change the color palettes and stickers and design to match the month and the mood of that season. So we definitely have some pink accents for February, as well as some fun stickers from some of the older monthly kits that are available on my Patreon that we've designed in past years. And I also have some bigger elements, which is a great way to take up space when maybe you don't have as busy of a month. So I have this really big, beautiful sticker from the washi tape shop that essentially looks like a beautiful painting. And then I have over here this giant snowflake because we did get a lot of snow in February. And this actually is something I cut out from a card that we received for Christmas. Greeting cards are definitely one of my favorite things to cut apart and repurpose for my journaling. Another thing I love to hold on to are placemats and napkins and business cards that I get from places that we visit. In this case, we went on a date night to a local diner, and their placemat has this beautiful image of the cafe, and so I just cut that out to use here on the page. Otherwise, it's mainly a few photos and my writing, which is the other big aspect of these pages. I'm not doing full-blown journaling in my monthly pages, but instead am capturing the highlights in titles and headlines and bullet points or quick lists. You don't need to write out long reflections for monthly journaling. It only takes a few words to bring the memory back to life. We then flip the page and enter into March, and you definitely can feel the spring vibes starting to come through. I've used a highlighter in some of my lettering, as well as some fun pens like my Tombow Fudonosukis to get this nice brush lettered look. And I did add my little doodle here of a western meadowlark because I was very excited to see that bird for the first time when visiting Colorado. I really do believe that adding your own art in your journal every now and then is such a special touch. But of course, I also love to add other people's art through the form of stickers, and certainly don't knock that either. It was my birthday in March, so I did cut out this little happy birthday from a card that I received and documented some of my birthday discount beverages that I got along the way. Some books that I read up here in the corner. I'm always documenting the books that I read in my monthly entries, as well as the shows that we watch and all the little moments. That is mostly what these pages are made up of. Obviously, we have some travel experiences, work conferences, but for the most part, it is my morning rhythm. It is getting a new mattress. It's my daily walks. Those are the little treasures of the everyday that make a life, and that are actually the things you might be surprised are most beautiful to look back on. And if you are looking at these entries and wondering, how do I actually bring that to life? How do I go from a blank page to a page bursting with memories? Then I encourage you to check out my live streams. I have recordings of every single one of these entries over in my live stream tab here on YouTube. Here at My Abiding Journal, we have the monthly journaling club. We get together for about 2 hours every single month and document the previous month. And we do it live so that you can see exactly how I'm designing my page. It is completely free to join. All you have to do is show up for the live streams once a month. And if you want to know exactly when they happen, I highly encourage you to join us on Patreon as a free member, or you can join one of the paid tiers for access to the bingo boards, stickers, and so much more. We then head into April, and now spring is fully alive and well on the page. And I love this entry because it shows that you can change up the style. This is just how I monthly journal. I like the look of a very full, abundant page with no negative space. But if you have a different style, you can do that as well. Maybe you like to do more art and illustrations in your monthly journal. Maybe you want to use more photos. Do what is going to make you most excited to sit down and document. In this case, I had this really beautiful image from a magazine that was a local freebie I picked up because I loved the watercolor illustration on it. And I used that as the backing for the bingo board. Did a little Hello Spring using my Ultimate Alphabet sticker collection, also available on my Patreon. There are stickers in all different colors that match every single month in terms of color palette. And so if you are looking for the ultimate alphabet set so that you can just print them again and again and never, ever, ever run out of a letter, I highly recommend it. And you can see I used it over on this side as well to bring some of the titles to life and make the entire page cohesive. Otherwise, on this side, I just have the memories represented in photo form paired with a title and a little bit of journaling to explain what it is I am reflecting on. One of my favorite things about monthly journaling is how it shows the beauty of repetition and rhythm in your life, how you can see traditions occur year after year, a little bit different, but always somehow having that same essence to them. And one great example of that is the trout camp we host every single April, getting together a ton of friends to fish and enjoy a nice brunch. And that started even before this journal began. But you can see here in 2023, I documented the first day of trout season. And then again in 2024, and again in 2025, and of course in 2026. And it is so special to be able to look back month by month, year by year, and see what holds steady in your life. At the same time, it's very exciting to also be able to track progress towards goals and also major life events and shifts in your life changing as time goes by too. And one good example of that you're going to see as we go through the rest of these pages is my work life. And so you can see here that I have documented attending the inauguration at the college where I worked for the new president. I mentioned work lately, morale is low, workload is high. And so at this time, I was starting to question whether this was the place where I would be staying for my future career. And then we transition to May. And at this time, I actually had a great experience to be able to reflect a lot on my future and what I want from my life and what God has planned for me. And I did that on the Camino de Santiago, which is a pilgrimage in Spain. We walked from León to Santiago, which is about 310 kilometers or 200 miles. And my average steps per day were 20,778 across all of May. And across the trip itself, my average step was more like 36,000 steps a day. So it definitely was a lot of walking and a lot of thinking. And it was the most incredible experience. I highly recommend it. And if you want to walk the Camino with me step by step, then I highly encourage you to check out my Camino vlog here on my channel. It is a documentary style video in which I share with you day by day my experience on the Camino, all the ups and the downs. And I also share with you each page in my travel journal for the Camino. Travel journaling is something I really enjoy doing and documenting more in depth. But if I didn't keep that journal, I would be satisfied just with this one entry because I feel like in just the photos I chose for this entry, in the stickers and some of the highlights that I wrote down over here, I have captured the essence of this trip and it brings back the core memories for me. And so if you can only do one form of memory keeping, maybe monthly journaling is it, and it can do all of the things that all of those other journals can do for you in just a distilled version that only requires you to sit down once a month. Since I spent most of May walking the Camino, that is essentially all this page is about, other than this little part right here where I have a tip-in that reads, "For I know the plans I have for you." And then this is an example of me doing some long form journaling underneath in which I did want to express more of my feelings. And so I have it covered so that I could write that out as I'm reflecting on the fact that God has great plans for me, and I think it's time for me to move on. And so upon my return from Spain, I actually applied for another position and I got the job. And so June was really marked by closing out one chapter and getting ready to enter a brand new chapter. God really put this incredible opportunity in my path and made it so abundantly clear that it was time to walk into something new and take it. And so I said goodbye to my colleagues, the workplace that I had known for 10 years. And actually, in this cute little envelope, I have so excited for my new role with my title. But first, 2 months sabbatical. And under these little post-its is the title of the place where I will be working. It's their logo, but I didn't want to share that online because there are some aspects of my life, despite sharing my entire journals online, that I do try to keep private. And my current workplace is one of those things. So I won't be sharing that online, but I'm really excited about it. And I really appreciate everybody's very kind comments encouraging me and wishing me well as I enter this new chapter. So a lot of change was happening in my life in this month. with my job. I also had some family matters that I was tending to, and so I have this tip in as well that says, I will call upon the Lord, and then underneath again is some long form journaling about that. Again, another easy way to keep some of your details a little bit more private if you don't want to be sharing them as readily as some of the other details on the page is to use envelopes and tip-ins to cover those more sensitive details up as kind of a sign to others that, hey, this part is just for me. Amidst all of that change though, I had a really full and wonderful June, getting to meet up with family and go on some hikes, meeting up with friends. We had a little movie night and watched The Other Bennett Sister, went to Shakespeare in the Park. I got to get pie with Patsy from Patsy Shaw, and she was actually my first online friend meetup, so that was very exciting. I made my famous lemon cake, which this recipe card is available on my Patreon in my summer newsletter if you want to download that and use it for yourself. And so that very full month of June truly did feel like the half point in the year. Like I had closed out the first half of the year, the first chapter of 2026, while at the same time closing out a chapter of my life, having worked at the same place for 10 years and really embarking on something new. And so I am so excited to see what the next chapter brings and what the blank pages that remain in my monthly journal are going to look like. And that perhaps is one of the best parts of monthly journaling, not just looking back on all the memories already made, but getting excited about what is still to come. And so it is my hope that as you look forward to all that is still to come in your own life, that you consider documenting it. Your life is worth documenting, and I hope today that I have inspired you that it is fully possible to document your life in a meaningful way that is easy, fun, creative, and doesn't have to take a ton of time. All you need is 1 page a month. And if you are curious about how to get started in your own monthly journaling journey, if you want to start this practice this coming year, then I encourage you to check out this video next. It will give you tons more inspiration on why you should start this practice and how to actually get started. So I will look forward to seeing you there. If you are interested in the bingo boards or any of the other stickers you saw here in my entries, do head over to my Patreon, and a big shout out and thank you to all of my patrons who make this possible. I will see you all in the next one.